All right, so I'll be walking you all through a super cool haircut today, man. Little buddy has a mohawk with locks, and he's getting it's a light mohawk, so it'll be a light fade around. I haven't done one of these, I don't think, in a while. Actually, I haven't done this exact hairstyle ever, so that's pretty cool. Get to walk you all through something new. So the complications with this type of haircut, right, is light fades for me have always been like not difficult, but they require more work in the sense of usually when you're doing the primary line method that I talk about, you do from bald to hair. But when you do light, the biggest issue that you run into is consistency. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. But the first thing is, for one, I section the hair off to the side. You know, you don't want to cut off any locks or any new growth that he wants to keep for the locks. So I cut with the grain, and I'm very careful to watch out for those part lines. I'm cutting his hair down to a 1. Now, around right there, the area I just worked, he has a little density issues. He's a kid, so his hair hasn't fully developed into the density pattern that he'll have. So I'm very mindful of that. Density issues is another big one that comes into play when doing a light fade. So on this light fade, so tricky, right? The lever is not all the way open, but there is no notches. So I'll say I do about 2 clicks if I was using the master. So just visualize 2 clicks open. Now, when you're doing the light fade, you want to make sure that area that's light is even. So you want to go take as many passes as you need to make sure it's even. Now, I debulk the exact same way. So it's the same system. I just tweak it a little bit because there is no bald section. So that light section is the primary section. The darker section is the secondary section. And then I'll just go into debulking. I use the 1.5, then I go down to a 1, and then I work to a 1/16. And then what I'll do is, so the whole premise behind the method, right, the line method, is just to make my job super easy. That line that you see, I want to transition that. I want to take it away and transition into a smooth fade. So all I'm doing is when I'm doing all this debulking and using these different guard sizes, no, it's not necessary, but it makes it much, much easier to complete the desired look in a very effective, almost flawless looking way. So, that's really what you're doing when you're cutting hair. What system can you develop to create the desired look as easy or as comfortable as possible? Then outside of that, you work on other issues like, okay, how do I make the hair look even all the way across, density, remove bulk, right? I'm really pretty much problem solving just to get that desired outcome. So my system is this. So I'm taking that one guard and I'm just debulking all the way around. Now, when I debulk, what I don't want to do is go too high because now I'm creating another situation or scenario. I want to keep everything around this line. And I'll try to articulate this as well too. I do it in the shape that I want the fade to be. So I want it to be like a half crescent moon. So I'll work in the half crescent moon. All right, so as far as hand placement, my offhand is stretching the skin. That's why I'm grabbing the top of his head like that. The hand with the clippers, if you can look at my hands, I'm not applying much pressure. My thumb is in that indention right there that's made for the thumb, but I'm using nice, light strokes. The more aggressive I am with the clipper, the more aggressive that it takes hair off. So I want to take a little bit off at a time. So what I'm doing now is, okay, I see some density issues in this area. I want to focus on those. When it comes to using the clipper, try to use the corner more than you use the full blade. It allows you to break things down and work in a more narrow setting. So that way you can focus or specify, or you can do specific work in specific areas. All right, so, and also another detail. If you notice in my hand, I'm using a comb, not a brush. A brush clumps the hair together, especially on wavy hair, and we don't want that. We want to keep a nice, flush. We want to lay the hair down in this growth pattern so I can cut it. If you can see here, it's starting to come together super smooth. My biggest thing, like I said, is I don't want to fade. I don't want to take the hair any lower than my primary line because this is a light fade, so I can't go lower. And I want to take my time and I want to stay on that crescent arch of that fade. Y'all watch, and then I'll be back soon. But yeah, I'm just hitting details, comb a few, stroke a few. But right here, like I said, if you watch, I'm using the corner of the blade. I'm not even using the whole blade because it's something specific that I see that I want to work. So I'm always looking for something. I'm not just what is it called? I'm not just mindlessly, robotically. I know I'm supposed to fade, so I fade. No, I'm hitting a certain area and I'm looking for a detail. Be back soon. All right, so very important. After I get the detailing good, it's time for the edge up. Now, all this new growth, I want to cut it down even. And again, he's a child, so his edge up hasn't fully grown in. So I want to keep the edges super light. So I want to blend this in and keep his edge up as close to the front as possible. You know, a lot of barbers, they want to take it to where their hair grows darkest. I don't like that. I'll get back to that. But right here, what I'm doing is he hasn't had a haircut in a while, so I lay hot lather. What it does is softens the cuticle, the outer layer of the hair shaft, and it helps it lay down. I want him to leave like he's had a haircut every few days, every few weeks. So I want to give that desired look immediately. I want to style it properly, and then I apply a warm rag to help swell those cuticles and soften them so I can manipulate them. And I just lay the hair down. This also allows me, okay, if I missed any certain spots, I can go back and hit them afterwards because the hair, if it's not laying in its desired pattern when the client comes in, you can fade it all you want. But once they go home, wash it, style it, it'll look like you missed certain spots. So I want to do that in the shop so I can attack those areas while he's there. So when he washes it, manipulates it, does what he needs, whatever he does, it won't affect what I did at the shop. Does that make sense? All right, so that's what I'm doing, just hitting details, darker area, density areas, and get to it. I'll see y'all when it's time for the edge. All right, so now it's time for the edge up. I want to give a shout out to my newly designed shave gel, super soft, smooth, great for the skin, coated with aloe to help moisturize the skin pre and post shave. And it doesn't leave a sticky feel. Very great product. Y'all check it out at GameChangerCosmetics.com. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Put 2 years into developing this, custom, went to a cosmetic laboratory, talked to a chemist, biologist, and we developed a new formula that I felt like upgrades a lot of other shave gels. So y'all check it out. As you can see, right here speaks for itself. Super smooth process, nice and easy. When I use a razor, I stretch the skin from the top and the bottom to tighten the skin. The tighter the skin, the easier it is for the razor to glide. Right here, I'm just blending in the sideburns, but so yeah, if you look at his edge up, it's very dark, but there's a lot of new growth, meaning that his edge up is still developing. So what I want to do is, I don't want to stop that process. Look at the, bro. Not to keep glazing over the shave gel, but man, I promise y'all, it makes the process super smooth. But all that new growth, I'm keeping it to help his edge up develop. A lot of barbers, they want the haircut to look as sharp as possible. Well, you can make it look sharp, but still help and aid in the development of his young edge up. So that's what I like to do. It can look like, oh man, he cut it too low, when really no, I left all that extra excess hair. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. If y'all have any questions, let me know. Man, please go check the shave gel out, man. Like I put a lot into that shave gel, and I know it'll help the industry a lot. So y'all stick around for the final look. His reaction. Y'all like, share, subscribe, man. Let's get these views back up. I've been still working to get back up since after the hack. So y'all lock in and help me out. Take care. Like it?
Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
You funny.
I love it. You like it, E?
I kept the size. I know Dad didn't want to. I cut it light, so.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Good.
It looks really good.